Marty, and thank all of you who are here and for joining us. I do want to share with you an enormously important topic and a huge step forward in fighting cancer. And that is, we are at the brink of a second revolution in immune oncology, stimulating and energizing our immune system in a completely new way, which will bring new solutions to four terrible cancers. And I hope with all the great opportunities that you see today at this conference, I hope you will consider joining us in this critical mission at StingRay Therapeutics. Now, just a quick intro to immunity, and this slide is the most science I'll talk about today, because I know I'm not talking to a group of cancer biology geeks, but I do want to give you a quick high-level explanation of our immune system, how it works, and how immune oncology drugs work in it. Like a boxer, our immune system has two arms, innate immunity and adaptive immunity. They need to work together very synergistically, and both are needed, and they both do very different things. Now, innate immunity is called innate because it's in every cell in your body, every cell you have, so fundamental to your cellular makeup. Its role is to create interferon locally and very fast when your cells are under attack by infection or cancer. Adaptive immunity is called adaptive because these are the T cells and antibodies we make. We keep a small number of memory T cells, which are from every threat we've ever encountered in our lives. Our immunity searches for the very best one closest to the new threat and clones that one up to fight. So our body has to adapt to the threat, and this takes about 4 days or so. Now, our immune systems are quite deadly to what they attack. And so they are kept in check by a set of suppressors and activators. Obviously, cancer wants no part of our immune attack. So it builds up the suppressors and cuts the leg out from under the activators so that it can grow free of our immunity. Now, our drug actually inhibits ENPP1, that's the biological target, and it's the red X's in this schematic. By doing this, we block out the suppressors and activate the activators. These are the T cells, the B cells, and the natural killer cells we need to rip the cancer apart. So we block the bottom half of the chart from the cancer cell on the left to immunosuppression and stimulate the top half to activate the important attack cells, T, B, and NK cells. This can take a cancer from an immune desert where current immunotherapies can't work to a highly active immune environment where they work very well. We are filling in the major missing piece in immune therapies today. So what does this mean? Here are four terrible cancers where current immune therapies typically do not work. And these are all terrible diseases afflicting and killing many Americans. Typically in these diseases, you don't get cured, but you most typically die from your cancer. And we believe we can change that in a big way by combining our new drug with other current therapies. Metastatic microsatellite stable colorectal cancer. In the US, colorectal cancer, this is 153,000 Americans get this diagnosis every year, and 53,000 die from it every year. And the 5-year survival, if you get this diagnosis, is only 13%, which means that 87% of all people that get this diagnosis, that hear those words, will be dead from their disease in 5 years, even with all the current therapies we have at our disposal today. We think we can change this big time. Metastatic prostate cancer, the most common US male serious cancer. with over 3 million people living with prostate cancer in the US, and metastatic breast cancer, the most common US female cancer, and particularly in triple negative breast cancer, the very worst one. And finally, in pancreatic cancer, the third leading cause of cancer deaths at 66,000 per year. So these are all therapies that with current additional therapies, we can make a huge difference in, and we can move forward. Now we're specialists in biotech and pharma, now bringing you our third company with the first and second doing well on their own. We can execute and we know the space. Our team is strong. Let me highlight a few folks. Scientific juggernaut Sunil Sharma, my co-founder, has done over 150 phase 1/2 clinical oncology trials for all the major cancer companies, pharma and biotech, as primary investigator. He is a deep cancer expert. I had 28 years in big pharma at Eli Lilly. I launched 6 new drugs. In the last 14 years, I achieved the role of SVP in corporate business development, and I did 40 deals like StingRay on the buy side. I know business development people in all the cancer pharma companies and how to talk with them. I've been CEO of several biotechs over the last 15 years, and we've built this team together over those companies, and they're all fantastic experienced specialists. Mohan is a great cancer biologist, and Monil has a strong background in every aspect of immune oncology clinical development, which he's specialized in for the last 15 years. Now, we have tremendous validation from a number of sources, but one source is prestigious family offices that have invested in the company, allowing you to ride on their diligence and not needing to be a cancer expert yourself. We have 2 investments from the GKCC family office in Miami, which has a laser focus to cure colorectal cancer. We have an investment from Springhood Ventures in Boston. This is the impact investing arm of the Charles Hood Foundation that's been around for over 100 years. They look to fill gaps in medical innovation funding to springboard new therapies, and they're considering a second investment right now. And we have 2 investments from Catalyst Impact Foundation, who want to accelerate breakthroughs by funding extraordinary innovations by visionary leaders. So really some phenomenal and prestigious offices that have already invested before you in this company. We have validation and award support. We have right now are just starting a $14 million 3-year award from the Cancer Prevention and Research Institute of Texas. This covers 2/3 of the expenses in the colorectal trial, plus half of the company's overhead for the next 3 years. This is just a phenomenal award. And we also have received a $2 million 2-year grant from the National Cancer Institute. This will end in September of this year, but in August, because we have this award, we have the ability to request a $4.5 million Bridge to the Clinic grant from NCI, and we plan to do that. So again, phenomenal non-dilutive funding, matching the tremendous funding that we have in equity from prestigious institutions. Now, our exit is targeted for 2026. We've been at this for 8 years, so it's been a while. We designed and own our own drugs outright. We have an accepted US FDA IND allowing us to do clinical trials. We're in clinical studies, and we've shown impressive results in preclinical cancer models. We believe 2026 should be our exit year because we plan to have phase 2 clinical proof of efficacy in the colorectal cancer trial, and we're working to have 2 other major cancer proof of efficacy studies, which should be available at the same time. This is pharma's favorite place to buy because clinical data trumps everything else, And if they see a promising drug in the clinic, they know that they can build it out dramatically and quickly with their infrastructure. And we are built to be sold to pharma. This year, 2024, I believe, is the final year that an investor can get a major inflection point in StingRay. Once clinical efficacy begins to appear, that we think will start to happen at the end of this year, the value jumps dramatically and the share price jumps dramatically.
Tom, we have a few minutes left.
Okay. So this is the clinical trial we have going on currently in Australia. It's a single agent dose escalation. We couldn't be more pleased with this. It's going to terminate early at 15 milligrams BID. 5 patients have started drug therapy. We have some stable disease achieved in the trial. We have great PK coming back, no drug-related side effects, and our ongoing biomarker and imaging efforts are promising. This is the schema of the colorectal cancer trial. It's very exciting. We'll start it this summer. This is our patent estate. Our patents are fully owned by StingRay. We have no obligations to any university. 4 patents have been received, 2 are in process. These are the buyers and sellers in exactly our space of innate immune modulators. I've just taken the straight arithmetic average, including every published deal, and that's a $250 million upfront and over a $1 billion milestone package. The milestone package does include the upfront. These are phenomenal exits. I've tried to convert this into a share price. We're currently raising a Series A. We think it'll be around 550. We're still negotiating with the lead investor, so I can't give you the exact price. But if you invested at 550 and we achieved similar returns as to the precedent deals in our space under our assumptions of exit, you would be eligible for $100 a share in milestone returns and $750 a share in royalty returns. That's pretty damn phenomenal. So we've raised $9 million to date. We've had $2 million NCI award, $14 million CPRIT award. We're raising a $15 million Series A, and we have a safe into that, which is at exactly the same terms as will be negotiated by the lead investor. We have a VC in our data room kicking the tires, another one queued up. We have one family office negotiating to lead the round, and another family office that has just told us they want to as well. So to complete for Marty, we're the first company to start an ENPP1 inhibitor program for cancer. We're close to exit and capital efficient. This is a big potential drug. We have tremendous grants and awards received. In fact, compared to the stock we've raised, we have 177% grants and awards to equity. We have notable investors in the program, including distinguished family offices. This is a major impact drug that may change lives. We're a proven team that's repeating our model again with a leading program. Please consider being part of our company. Give me a call or give me an email. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Jon.